Do they look at upgrading their tight end position through free agency or in the draft? As the tight end is clearly a position of need. I know people will look and say, well, look what Jarwin did towards the end of the year. Jarwin's not in the same vein as a Hawkinson or a Fant, some of these guys from Iowa that you might be hearing about in the draft, or even Irv Smith Jr. from Alabama, another guy in this draft. Those are three guys probably that are going to be off the board by the time the Cowboys take at 58. The Cowboys are lacking a over-the-middle playmaking type tight end, an athletic, big-bodied receiver, basically, who takes advantage of linebackers over the middle of the field, like you see right here. The Cowboys struggled in the red zone last year. They had a target like Tyler Eifert. I mean, look at him. It's hard for linebackers to keep up with him. Plus, when he played zone defenses like this one, it takes time for those guys to get over to the spot that the tight end is vacating. And again, you can look at these Eifert highlights and look at how great he's been when healthy for Dalton as the middle of the field guy. Now, that time, the safety comes over for help, but he's just too big and too strong. There's just nobody that can defend him. And this is what I'm talking about, guys, when I say, Blake Jarwin can't do this kind of stuff, right? They need an athletic, over the middle. Look at all the stuff, over the seam. And that's great coverage by Chancellor. Just a tremendous reception by a guy that's basically a receiver. They need a receiving tight end. That's what they need. Eifert is a low risk, potential for high reward. That we're all for, right? And that's probably the type of deal he'll command because he's missed so many games. He had tons of touchdowns this season that we're watching the film on, but since then has missed just tons and tons of time. So he's going, no matter where he signs, it'll be on a prove-it sort of deal. But here's the question. If you sign Eifert, and it's a low-risk type deal, then what does that do to fulfilling that position as a priority in the draft? Right? Like, are you still looking at that position at 58, considering there could be some really good talent there? Or, well, we've signed Eifert, now we no longer have to fill that need at 58. See, because I'm of the belief that says, I'd love Eifert, but I would definitely make a push to sign him, and obviously an incentive-laden deal with some nice money, because I think best case scenario, he steps in, he has a healthy year, and he provides everything you need at that position. But I worry about if you put all your eggs in that basket, obviously, and say he's our guy, and then if he doesn't stay healthy, he goes Blake Jarwin, I wouldn't be for that, because now you're going from an athletic over-the-middle tight end to a guy like Jarwin who's not that kind of a guy. So that's why I think with Eifert, I'm all for going out and bringing in Eifert, but that doesn't change what I do in the draft. It doesn't change that I still want to go out and get a guy in the draft, at 58